So yeah, the Tudor FXD comes in black now. So I guess that's news. Yesterday, Tudor unveiled the new version of the FXD, this time available in black, and this time associated with the US Navy. You'll remember that with the original FXD, much hype was made about Tudor's historic past being associated and affiliated with the Marine Nationale, the French diving unit. And on this occasion, Tudor have flown out a group of journalists and YouTubers and watch correspondents all the way to Florida with a huge hype party, making a grand announcement with a pre-prepared video teasing us, showing us clips of the US Navy wearing the mill sub, making reference to the Tudor sub over and over again in the introduction video, bringing us all to the very edge of our seats, only to announce that the FXD is now available with a black bezel and dial. Oh, and don't forget, the bezel is now undirectional. That's right, undirectional, not unidirectional. Yeah. Someone is going to be dragged out the back and shot at Tudor for that mistake on the website. Of course, it's meant to say unidirectional rather than monodirectional. So for those of you thinking that Tudor are going to release a mill sub version of the original Tudor Submariner, I'm afraid to say that does not look like it's ever going to be the case. And this is the reason why. If I quote from the website, the new Pelagos FXD pays tribute to decades of Tudor watches on the wrists of US Navy divers. Complete with fixed strap bars, a titanium case, a high-performance manufacture caliber, and a unidirectional elapsed time rotating bezel, it comes as the ultimate modern mill sub. So yeah, this is the modern mill sub. They will not be doing a Tudor Submariner. But I think we all knew that. It's unlikely that Rolex are going to allow its sister company Tudor to stomp all over the Submariner brand of Rolex. The Submariner is the Rolex. Rolex is the Submariner. And we cannot will it into existence. It's just not going to happen. Unless Tudor starts doing vintage reimaginings, which I can't imagine it's going to do anytime soon. I think it's pretty much already at production capacity at the moment. Now, don't get me wrong. The FXD is a stunning watch, and it is the modern mill sub. It's a great watch. I used to have one. It keeps incredible time. It's beautifully subtle and slim, and the lightweight titanium case makes it so usable every day. But this much hype and fanfare for a new color bezel and dial, and so much hype around the US Navy. I guess the US is a massive market for them though, and many people are going to want to buy this version of the watch. How are they going to keep up with manufacturing, considering that it was very difficult to get the blue version of the FXD originally? You almost had to be a preferred client of the AD in order to be able to get one. Eventually production did ramp up and people were getting them much more quickly, but I still don't think it's in their core line, so it's going to be as difficult to get one of these, I think, as the original FXD when it was released in blue. So this is the third version of the FXD that's been released, and the second version in titanium. You'll remember earlier this year, the Red Bull Alinghi Racing version came out early with a full carbon case. So it seems that the FXD is going to remain the experimental material versions of Tudors. So the stats on this watch then, it's a 42mm case made out of titanium. It'll still have this steel case back, a nicely slim 12.75mm thick, which it needs to be if you're going to wear it with a NATO strap. 52mm lug-to-lug measurement, which does seem a lot, but because of fixed lugs, that actually brings that down to a much more manageable size when it's actually on the wrist. 200 meters water resistance, and a unidirectional bezel with 120 clicks. The fully loomed ceramic bezel insert remains, which is good to see, and of course, a sapphire crystal. The power reserve of 70 hours remains in the same movement, and it's a 22mm lug width, which I'm pleased to say is a standard size, thankfully, not 21 like some other releases have been recently, which means NATO straps will fit on it, particularly the under the cuff ones. The matte black dial, AR-coated crystal and brushed titanium case means that there are going to be few reflections and sparkly things in the water to attract any big fish, for instance. Tudor dive watches have been issued by the US Navy to their divers since the late 1950s up until the 1980s. Curiously, on the Tudor website there is an option to build your FXD. Now, when you assemble the pieces of the watch, it offers you the opportunity to build your Tudor Pelagos FXD in 42mm, and curiously there's a drop down to 43mm. What is curious is that the size option is a drop down. The options are 42mm for the titanium case and 43mm for the carbon chronograph case. But it does leave me wondering, why would they offer that as an option if they weren't going to insert others in later? Perhaps a 39mm FXD is coming down the line. FXD Pro, anyone? So that's that then. The new release of the FXD is now in black. Whether that is a factor which is going to affect people's decision making, I don't know. It's nice to see it in more colours. The pairing it as a US Navy specific version seems a little bit contrite. Still a fantastic watch, as is the original blue one. I am interested to see what else they do with this though. My name is Matt, this is Under the Cuff. Please check out underthecuff.com. We've got a wide range of straps, including 22mm variants that will fit your new US Navy black FXD if you so choose. But we also have straps available in 20mm, including tools and accessories and merchandise if you so choose. Go and check out the website underthecuff.com. Hit the like and subscribe button if you want to hear more from me, and don't forget to ring my bell. Also check out Under the Cuff on Instagram @UnderTheCuffOfficial. My name's Matt, this has been Under the Cuff. All the best.